So here are the 3 sets. So I've got the 6x6, which is the older one, which I know a lot of people have. Puppets will work with this fine. But I've also got the A2 and I've got the 5x7. Now A2 is the US A2. It's not a size that I do, but we wanted to offer something for those who prefer the smaller cards. So the puppets will work on these as well. You may get some of them overhanging though. Everyone is different. If you've seen all the animal puppets, some of them worked on this better than maybe some of the other ones, like the Christmas puppets and stuff. So the smaller ones are great, but I wanted to show you how I actually really like this mechanism on a larger card. It gives you a different look and more space for your sentiment. So I'm actually going to be using the A2. I'm going to stick it onto a 5x7 top fold. So with all of them, you want to cut it twice. So I've cut it with the paper, which is from my new paper pad, this one here. So it's the mini me backgrounds. And then I've cut it again with white 300 GSM card and just stuck them together. So it's nice and strong. And then I've cut 2 of the pull tab here, nice and strong, using the cloud glue. Got the white card behind and then the black on the front. Anything with a kinetic movement, anything with a push pull, you want everything to be strong, so it's going to be able to last and work. And then the arrow there I've just cut in white cardstock for the top. But the idea I've got, so if you imagine when I stick this down, I'm going to have it more towards the top, and then I've got this sentiment here saying, because he's a handyman. So it says, to the best handyman I know, I'm shocked you're still alive. Implying maybe he's a little bit clumsy, maybe he's had a few near misses in the past, but I think it's a fun one. You got like the construction worker, building site manager kind of thing going on there. So the papers, everything ties in really well, but that I thought gives it a really nice look. So if you've got, for example, like the 6x6, try putting it on a 7x7 or an 8x8 card. You'll have lots of white space. And again, the 5x7, you could have it on like a 6x8 card, which I think would look nice. So again, across, as I've said in most of my videos, across all the videos that I'm putting out, I think there'll be about 7 in total. You'll have lots of inspiration, plus all of the other puppets as well. They'll all be in a big playlist together, so there's heaps on there. So I've gone through that and that. So to create your little mini me, now you could have a real photograph of someone you know and scale it down so it's in proportion. You might want to use the big change in faces and do a big bobblehead. That looks fun. I did a card like that in a live back along. Maybe there's a character that one of your children really like. You could download the picture and shrink it down. So lots of ways to really personalize this. So in this set here, this is your body parts. You get your head, you get the hair. So I've picked out, you can just see his black hair underneath there. I can't remember which one I went for. If I flip it over, oh, it was this one here with a little spike on the top. You've got 2 different head shapes. You can't really see it on here, but one is more rounded on the kind of chin. This one's a bit more chiseled. You've got your legs, arms, male, female. You've got the arms for the hoodie. There's your hoodie there. You've got a t-shirt, skirt, shorts. You've got trouser legs. You've got your trainers and shoes there, and then these are just more like a little pump, little flat. And then you've got your faces there, so you can create different looks. And then in the set here to build him, I used the face. So it was this one with the cheeky grin. You got one that's winking there as well. I stamped these using antique linen distress oxide because it gives you that skin tone. Obviously, if you've got darker skin, then use a colour to match. But then I was able to just go over the cheeks and make them a bit more rosy. And then the eyes, I just used my black fine liner. You could add a white highlight on there as well if you want. Then I've got the t-shirt here, so just ink that up with a bit of grey around it. And then you've got your high vis. It could be anything, but I've done it as a high vis. You've got some stencil detail there as well that you can use. And then again with his shorts. So there's the shorts. Leave it in the dye and then use a darker colour or ink just to go over the top, and you'll get that detail there. I haven't used the tool belt on this one, but I have it on other cards. And then you've got obviously the legs from this set. And then I've added the boots. Now, I do need to point out with the boots, I've actually taken them from this set here. You could just have his trainers on, if you've got that set. The boots, sadly, it wasn't flipped, so it's 2 left boots, but luckily you can just flip the boot over, which is what I've done there, and you would never know. So just need to add that into the video when I use them so that people know. So just flip your boot over and it's all good. And then I've just stuck those. You can see where his foot is behind. Just stuck it on the top there. And then I had taken the hard hat. I keep picking up the wrong set. This is the other one. This one here, the hard hat. And I've coloured that in yellow. You've also got the little screwdriver there, which is just here. And I've got the spirit level just there as well. So if you've put the puppets together before, very, very easy. Each one I'm doing differently, and they will work differently as well. So for example, you could have the shorts with this one and all 4 limbs moving, but when his legs go, they're going to kind of come out and away from the bottom of the shorts, and it might look a bit odd. So with some of them, they actually look better just having the legs swinging. So he's going to have little swinging legs and his arms are going to move. I've got some where the legs don't move at all. I've got this one here, so this one shows you a different look. So you've got the legs moving and the arms. I've got this one here, which she's got the overall on there, so just her arms move, and then I'm going to do him with the swinging legs. Just want to give you a nice kind of representation of all the different ways across the videos. So you want to take this one first. The brads I'm using are the 5mm, so just measure the diameter of the head, and if it's 5mm then it's going to fit. You can use the 8mm, but you might find they might scratch, might be a little bit too tight. How this works is the top 2 will be where the arms will go, the bottom 2 is where your legs would attach, but these legs, they're still going to attach, okay, like so. First you're going to add your brad to the outer hole on all of the limbs, and then just pop it through like so. And then my top tip, take a pokey tool and just open up your split pin and just fold the split pin over the pokey tool. You can just open the split pin and push it down onto the card, but you might find you get a bit of a scratching sound. You want the limbs to just be able to move and just swing freely. And then again, take the next one and just do the same. And then repeat that with the legs. Okay, so now you should have something quite odd looking, maybe a little bit weird, but just make sure everything swings. Then we're going to pop this one through the slot, and all the other holes will now correspond with the holes on this piece. You can see your 4 there. Now I only want to attach the arms, so I've got 2 more brads here because I want the legs to swing. The good thing about this is if at this point you're thinking, oh, that's not really swinging how I want, take the brad off, reposition it. You know, you may decide you want to change the colour of the pull tab or something. It's very easy to take this all apart. So again, you're going to do exactly the same. So pop your brad through the top hole there and then just line it up till it comes through the other one. And again, just fold it over. So you can see it's not quite, you see it's like loose. And just do a little test. I've got a nice waving hand there. And then again, take the next one, just line that up like so. And again, just do another test. And that's working perfectly. And the legs, hopefully you can see her swinging. If you attached this, it would stop there. But because obviously they're not attached, can you see it does go down a little bit further? But it's fine. You can still obviously work it very well. But you want to just push this down so that it's just kind of in line, you know, in that little semicircle there. And to attach it, you just need a little bit of foam and you want to double it up. So this is the Craft Stash, about 2-3mm foam. And then I'm just going to cut these in half. You just need little squares. It's more than enough to attach your puppet. And when that's pushed down, you want to sit your foam just underneath the arm, kind of in that little right angle. And again, on the other side. Make sure it doesn't touch the mechanism, but it's going to be able to support your little character. And then just pop your foam on top. You need the foam to be taller than the brads. Otherwise your puppet's he's going to dip. Okay, and then I want to line up the arms to make sure they're going to sit. Now I think these are a little bit thick, so I'm just going to trim just a little bit off the edges there. So again, I haven't really pushed that foam down, so it's quite easy for me to lift and reposition. Again, you want this to be hidden behind your body there, which it is. That's perfect. And then I'm going to stick it down so that the arms, just give it a test. Yeah, they look like they're in a good place. I think actually I might stick the shorts on now, just behind. Yeah, so I'm going to add, they can go on in the front or on, I think because I've already got the high vis and there's foam there. Yeah, I'm going to stick it behind. So he's got his t-shirt hanging out. So again, just position the arms. Looks about right. Now everyone's going to be a bit different, but you might find that you want to pop a little bit of foam to just support behind the head. I've done some, this one here, there is nothing behind her, it's fine. And I don't think I did on the police officer. No, but I easily could. You just don't want anything to get in the way of your little slot there and your pull tab, but you could certainly pop a bit behind. But I might just show you. So again, just double it up so it's the same height as everything else. But you want to stick this down really behind the puppet's head before you stick the whole puppet down. But if you forget or you decide later like me, it's easy to add it in. Just remove all the backing there. Just stick it on, and then you can just pop it behind. Get it in place, and then, okay, so you can see now that's behind. And just do a little test, and you should have your little, I always think they're doing like a little jig, little wobbly legs. So he is now going to go on the top here, and then I'm going to have my sentiment, which is going to stamp behind. So I might just lay that just to check. Yeah, that's all going to have plenty of space. So to stick this down, I like to add foam on the back. You can use double-sided tape if you want, and you just want to cover all of it, but don't go too close to this part. But you can go over the brads as well. It won't affect the mechanism at all. Then I'm going to add a little glue on his hands so he can hold. So just pop a little on there. I just want to pop the screwdriver under his thumb. And it looks like he is really holding it. And again, the spirit level, just a little glue. I've added some glaze onto like where the glass areas would be on the spirit level, just to add a bit of shine there. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I can still stamp this quite easily, but again, you might want to do this before you stick everything down. And there's the finished card. This little wobbly legs. I think it's brilliant. Absolutely love this. So the best handyman I know, I'm shocked you're still alive. I think the I'm shocked you're still alive would be quite fun on some other cards as well. If you have and know someone that has the same kind of humour, then yeah, I think these are great fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this other way of using the new puppets. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And as always, all the products that I've used are linked in the description box below. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.